Hey, my creative friends. I am Shannon from shannonstudio.com. And also you can find me on Instagram, Shannon's Studio. So we are here to talk about a creative life. I've been doing this for 11 months every night. That was my goal. And we have 1 month left. But today is July 1st. Hey, boyfriend. So today, he's giving me all the thumbs up. Today's July 1st, so it is my pre-launch month, and it's a pre-launch month, and so I will be talking about creative tips in a different way relating to the Creative Heartbeats Club that I will launch on August 1st. So that will be the year anniversary of all my creative tips, and so I'm doing that as the launch day. And so it's going to be the Creative Heartbeats Club is going to be a monthly subscription. So we will get together monthly and we will do some different prompts. We will have some fun. We'll kind of go through creating a creative life. And we've talked about it for the year, almost the year. And I've given a lot of tips. We've talked about a lot of ways that in which a creative life looks. And so now we're going to get into actually making and having some accountability and some help in living a creative life. And so that's what the Creative Heartbeats Club is going to be like. So tonight I'm going to talk about a little bit, and I'll talk a little bit more about the Creative Lives Club at the end. But what I was reading a book today is called Let Me Out by Peter Himmelman, and he was in a rock band, and then he quit that and became a music score writer for one of the shows was Judging Amy, and this was what he's telling a story in one of the stories in his book, and he's saying that he was in the 4th season of writing the music scores for Judging Amy, and he just kind of felt like he was an automaton. He was just like mechanized, where he just kind of automatic do the thing. It was a good routine. It was the process was effortless. He got it, he got it down. He knew what he was doing, but that just was no challenge in it. And he just was, it's like when you're in a job and you don't know if you should quit or if you should, move on or whatever. So he said, when lacking new avenues for inspired expression causes us to become bored. And it wasn't long before the boredom I was experiencing caused a mild depression. So he was in this situation, and it was not the love of it had left. The love of the new and the creative and the challenge had left what he was doing, and he eventually got fired from that or let go, change. They wanted to change too. So sometimes when you get in that automatic, as he was, it just comes through your work. And he was frustrated, and they were frustrated, and they parted ways. And then he talks more about the book, about how he realized some of the things that, of course you realize after the fact, a lot of things that are the problem makers for you. So he was basically saying change is not only inevitable, it's fundamental to living creatively. So he is talking about that change. So then in Creative Calling, Peter Himmelman says, while it's true that change often comes as a result of things we couldn't possibly have imagined, just as frequently it arrives as a result of things we've done to bring it about. So that's what I wanted to talk about, and that's why I, bringing up the Creative Heartbeats Club, this is a way for you to have change that you bring about, that you decide. And in life we have so many changes, and sometimes we're reacting to those changes because they're difficult and they're hard. It's like, that come to us naturally, just in the natural course of living, that sometimes we don't want to go, oh, I want to make a change. Oh, let me have some difficulty, because change is hard. So let me add some more hardness to my life. But this kind of change has great benefits. So here's a quote from Marcel Proust. We don't receive wisdom. We must discover it for ourselves after a journey that no one can take for us or spare us. That's the thing about, living a creative life, or changing into a creative life, or, living a more creative life, is that it's a journey that nobody takes for us. Nobody makes a decision for us that, we want to bring it about. Nobody can do the steps for us. But in doing the steps, there's some great results and rewards. So in Creative Calling, he talks about there's two paths to follow. One is the path of reason and certainty, a well-trodden, well-mapped, and it is a path of averages. So he's saying there's one path that's certain, that's very doable, that's, it's clear what you have to do, but he also calls it a path of averages. Average pleasure, average pain, average joy, average sorrow, average results. So he's saying, and that doesn't mean necessarily unhappy. That doesn't mean that it's a terrible path. It's just one of the paths. And it results in being average. And there's nothing wrong. There are plenty of great people that have an average life, and they're very happy, and they don't want that change. But then there's a second path, and he says in Creative Calling, the second path is your path, springing from within and obeying your heart's compass. It is unique to you. And I think that's a slight variation. I think most of us start off on this path of reason and certainty, a well-trodden, well-mapped. I think a lot of us just start out on the path. But I think sometimes it comes to us that we want to veer off and explore this second path, and to start to see, what do I have in me? Hey, Tamara. So what do I have in me that could come out, that could take me a little bit away from average, but that is more authentic to who I am? That it comes from as a result of the experiences that I've had and the perspective that I've gained. And so that second path, that path that he says, springing from within and obeying your heart's compass, it is unique to you. That's the path that I hope to take you on in Creative Heartbeats Club. And because I think talking about things like we've done, I would imagine that most of us, when we listen to certain things, we have a hard time taking action. So what Creative Heartbeats Club is taking action. It's taking action where I hopefully have created some things, some prompts, and some experiences for you to be able to veer off into that second path, so that it's no longer a life of just average results, but a life of finding you, finding the hidden you, exploring who you are and what you have to say and how you want to say it. So that is, and I thought that was very good. He also says, a quote from Carlos Castaneda, does this path have heart? So when we're deciding if we should go down that path, here's his kind of idea of how to figure it out. Does this path have heart? If it does, the path is good. If it doesn't, it is of no use. So I have been thinking about this and working on this for months, this Creative Heartbeats Club. And so I am hoping that it has heart, that it has things that will spark in you ideas and feelings that have been latent. And then you have a community, you'll have a connection to me, and then you'll have a connection to the community so that you can move forward. And then if there's challenges or ideas that you need, then all of a sudden you have other people who are on the same page as you, same page as me, and that we can move forward creatively and figure out that second path, to figure out where does our heart's compass lead us. And I really am, as much as all this work that I've been going through and this kind of angst is, is this right? Is this going to work? Is this, I've studied a lot, and that's part of this process of this year of studying. I've just been able to think it through. And so I think I've come up with some ways I know we are all super busy. So one of the first things was, how do I do this so that it's like condensed? Like I've taken classes, and recently a class, and it's like 27 hours of just the videos, let alone the process of the work. And I'm thinking, man, I don't have I don't have time for 27 hours of video. So that was, to me, one of the things that, because if you have kids at home, you're definitely busy. And if you don't have kids at home, you are doing things that you have a busy life as well. So I wanted to make sure that this course doesn't add overwhelm. Let's see, what else? Okay, it's condensed content. Next is that the club will be, at first, the first part of the club is a course. And it's a course that everybody should take, because I've just picked out the most essential, bare bones, fundamental things that will help you be creative. Those skills, those habits that will help you be creative. And then after the initial course, then there's going to be some freedom to explore some different things. And I am excited about that. So you have the content you should have as a foundation, and then you're going to have content that you can play with, and you can, take different directions and see what you want to do. What else? And this will be the founders members. So the first ones that join are the founders, and it's a beta test. It's the first time I'm doing it, so it will be like you helping me build the course, so that when other people go through the course, then we've already had you as the opinion makers and the helpers and the founders, kind of sift through that and give me some great feedback on it. Hey, Trisha. So that's all I'm going to say about the Creative Heartbeats Club tonight. I'm going to be talking a little bit about it every night. I believe I'm going to have a webinar that goes into some things for it, like some prep work. To me, there's a lot of stuff that has to go on before you can be creative, and there's a lot of obstacles to overcome. So my webinar is going to be about some obstacles and how to overcome that, so that when you shift into the Creative Heartbeats Club, you have some things already in place that give you a little bit more time to add creative life action. There's a quote, let's see, from Atomic Habits. Changes that seem small and unimportant at first will compound into remarkable results if you're willing to stick with them for years. So that's the idea of the condensed content. That's the idea of giving you small prompts. At first, it's like, we're going to hit it hard at first. And then it eases into a more relaxed flow and a more unique opportunity to go on your own unique direction. But it's like small. There's going to be small things, and it might seem unimportant, but I have lived a creative life, so I've tried to take from my own experiences and put together something that will help you to actually live a creative life, have some, and think creatively. So I am super excited that this is, and I will have a sign up for it. I have a lot of work to do, like the landing page and all the worky stuff, and so I'm working on that. But I'm just starting. I want to introduce it to you guys, to start it out here, and to take the opportunity, because it will help further our listening and hearing of creative tips into living a creative life. It says, so one of my little taglines for this is, the Creative Heartbeats Club helps unlock a creative life, skills and habits, so your hidden happy self shines. So that's what I'm hoping for with the club, is that will do some skills, will develop some habits, and then you will start to just shine. You'll start to have this life that is not a life of a path of averages, but that is just you're following your heart's compass. So that is all for tonight. I will be back tomorrow. Bye.